has been this huge conversation and debate around the role of marketing channels changing, evolving, and digital sort of subsuming everything that you do currently. Yes, while there has been evolution, I think the customer engagement patterns remain the same. So you do have certain media which create that memory structure and that visual memory in the customer's mind. So you have your traditional channels like TV playing that role, and you have other reminder mediums which drive brand saliency. But of course, with the coming up of various digital assets and measurement tools, personalization, I think, is the big driver. And our ability to contextualize and personalize today a marketing channel, whichever it is, I think that's what's driving customer engagement. If you look at the customer journey in entirety, I think what is happening is that right from the stage where you attract customers to when you connect with them to actually deepening the relationship, there are multiple things that you can do. For a service like an insurance, for example, the availability of measurement tools is actually a big boon. Because if you start from acquisition, for example, we have long gestation cycles. A customer who initially expresses interest would probably buy a health insurance anywhere between 8 weeks to even 6 months. How do you keep the customer engaged at that point in time? There are various techniques that we use. What is the right messaging? What is the time that we need to remind him about our offering? Moving on from there to actually connecting and fulfilling the sale, there are various things that we need to do. It's an advisory-based sale eventually, but how do you really ensure that you're able to do it either completely digital or through a teleassist model are things that we are working on. We have video chats working as a good option currently for us, because for the category, it is still human intervention and touch, feel, talking, conversation becomes important. Moving on to deepening relationships, upselling, cross-selling in a category where, even the first sale is difficult. So it's very difficult to get the first sale with the customer. It's actually much easier for us to get an upsell when he's moving with us the next. So there are various initiatives that we drive across the customer journey currently, using measurement techniques that are now available in the digital space to drive the same. So if you look at us, we are primarily a player which is focusing a lot on health and wellness. So there is conversations, campaigns, media utilization for driving that conversation beyond just selling of insurance, which becomes a big driver for us in terms of brand building and customer engagement. And in terms of actually deploying digital assets to drive that transformation, it's actually early days for the industry, but we see ourselves being at the forefront in the next 12 to 18 months there. So for our category, the biggest problem is actually two. Because of the long gestation periods, you've got customers coming back to you multiple number of times when they're in the acquisition phase. So you will have a customer who will come and search for prices probably on the mobile. He will compare, but he will never complete his buying journey on the mobile. So then he goes to a desktop experience and then probably moves on to an agent advisor to sort of complete the sale. So you've got these multiple drop-off points there. When the customer is actually intending to buy us, there will be multiple drop-off points that we see as part of that entire journey. You have medical underwriting, you will get medical tests done, which is an offline experience, comes back online. So how do you really ensure that across your offline and online channels, you give a seamless experience to these customers? That's the biggest challenge we have in the category currently. It's not so much a communications challenge in terms of communications breaking. It's more in terms of what is it that I really converse with you about every time, each time. After I've acquired you, 6% customers claim in our category. They only come back to us once a year, transactional, which is the renewals. So how do you ensure that a customer who is with you for 12 months is actually engaged? I think that is the biggest challenge that we have. So there's a lot of content work which happens. There's a lot of health and wellness, personalized content that we work on to engage this customer. There are programs that you can run as marketeers in the healthcare industry, whether it's second medical opinion on a disease that he's had, diet management for a diabetic, and so on and so forth. So it's a lot about ancillary services and alliances as well for us in the ecosystem. Whether it's programmatic buying, which allows you to remarket more effectively, or whether it is usage of those kind of tools for personalization when the customer is visiting your asset again. Both those things are actually things that we are working on currently for our customers. Data and analytics becomes the backbone. We are a business which has CRM enabled now, at least in parts. So a lot of data and analytics is actually the backbone of this personalization and context. It can't happen without that. There is this whole debate on who should be the chief digital officer in an organization, and it's a debate which is ongoing, whether it is information technology, whether it's marketing, whether it's a person who understands business processes. I think the role of a chief marketing technologist, as you've called it, will only grow in importance because a lot of analytics, data, measurement that we are talking of is actually measurement of customer behavior. So it actually offtakes from where marketing leaves, which is the score of what the customer needs and what is the customer insight that's driving all these behaviors. So I think the chief marketing technologist is a role that's going to be growing in importance, and you'll see more and more organizations adopting it and embracing it.